be continuing our 2D measurement unit by talking about applications of area and perimeter. Example A says that Catherine wants to put a fence around her garden. What is the minimum amount of fencing she needs? So in order to answer this question, we need to first determine if we need to solve for area or perimeter. Since Catherine wants to put a fence around her garden and not fill her garden up with fences, we need to solve for perimeter. To find the perimeter of our garden, I need to look at the shape of our garden. So the shape of our garden is a rectangle, so that means I need the formula for finding a perimeter of a rectangle. The perimeter formula for a rectangle is P, the perimeter, is equal to 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So looking at my problem, I see that the 25 feet is my length and the 8.5 feet is my width. So I'm going to substitute it into my formula to get P is equal to 2 times 25 plus 2 times 8.5. Now I have to use orders of operations to solve for P. So before I add, I have to multiply the 2 and the 25 together to get me 50, and I have to multiply 2 and the 8.5 together to get me 17. So far I have P is equal to 50 plus 17, and when I add those two together, I get P is equal to 67, and I need my unit, so it will be 67 feet. And now it says that the fencing costs $11.85 per foot. How much will the fence cost? Since we know that the perimeter is 67 feet, we need to multiply the 67 times the $11.85 to give us a total of $793.95 for Catherine to put a fence around her garden. The second example says that Tim wants to cover this patio with stone pavers. How much space will the pavers cover? So we need to determine if we need to solve for area or perimeter. And since Tim is covering this patio, we need to solve for area. Now the shape of the patio is a trapezoid, so we need the area formula of a trapezoid. And looking at our formula sheet, the area for a trapezoid is equal to 1/2 the height times base 1 plus base 2. So looking at a trapezoid, the height of the trapezoid is 8 meters, and base 1 is equal to 9.5 meters, and base 2 is equal to 13.5 meters. Now that we know what our height and our two bases are, we're going to substitute it into the formula to give us A is equal to 1/2 times 8 times 9.5 plus 13.5. We have to follow orders of operations, so we need to add the two numbers inside the parentheses to give us A is equal to 1/2 times 8 times 23. And when we multiply the three numbers together, the 1/2 times 8 times 23, we get A is equal to 92 meters squared. When you're finding area, it'll always be the unit squared. So if this was in inches, it would be inches squared, or if it was in centimeters, it would be centimeters squared. In this case, since it was meters, our final answer became meters squared. So let's continue with the rest of the problem. So it says that the pavers cost $7.90 per square meter. How much will the stone pavers cost? Since the area was 92 meters squared, we need to multiply 92 times the $7.90 to give us a total of $726.80 for the stone pavers. So this third example says that Kevin wants to recarpet this room. How much space will the carpet cover? Also, the carpet costs $9.10 per square foot. How much will the carpet cost? So first we need to figure out if we need to find area or perimeter. Second, we need to figure out what the shape of this room is, and then find the formula using our formula sheet. So I want you to pause the video now and try this problem on your own. When you're ready, hit play. So how'd you do? The area of this trapezoid came out to be 274.5 meters squared, and in total, it's going to cost Kevin $2,497.95 to recarpet the room. Example D says that Andrea is covering a circular bulletin board with fabric. How much space does she need to cover? Since she's covering the board, we need to find the area of this circle. And the formula for an area of the circle is A is equal to pi times radius squared. In order to use this formula, we need the radius, but what's given to us is the diameter. So in order to find the radius from the diameter, we need to divide by 2. So 8.4 divided by 2 will give us 4.2 feet, and that's our radius. So we're going to take the 4.2 and substitute it in for r into our formula. And for pi, we are going to use 3.14. So we have A is equal to 3.14 times 4.2 squared. Again, we have to use orders of operations, so we need to do the exponents first. So we will get A is equal to 3.14 times 17.64. And when we multiply that, we'll get A is equal to 55.39 feet squared. And it says that the fabric cost is $4.50 per square foot. How much will she pay for the fabric? So we need to multiply 55.39 times the $4.50 to give us a total of $249.26 for the fabric. These next few examples are different than our previous examples because we need to find the missing measure. So it says that Tommy has a strand of lights that is 107 inches long. He uses it to outline this window in his house. The window is 17.5 inches wide. How tall is the window? So first, since Tommy is outlining this window, this is a perimeter problem. So to find the perimeter of a rectangle, we need to use our formula. P is equal to 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Now from our problem, we need to substitute in our values into our formula. So it says that Tommy has a strand of lights that is 107 inches long. So this is actually our perimeter. And it also says that the window is 17.5 inches wide. So there is our width. Since we need to figure out how tall the window is, we have to solve for the length. And we already know what our perimeter and our width is. So I'm going to substitute in 107 in for P. So we get 107 is equal to 2 times x plus 2 times the width, which we said was 17.5. Now using orders of operations, I need to multiply first. So I get 107 is equal to 2 times x, so 2x, plus 2 times 17.5, which is equal to 35. Now to solve for x, it becomes a two-step equation. So I have to get rid of my constant first. So since my constant is a positive 35, I'm going to subtract 35 from both sides. And when I subtract 35 from 107, I get 72 is equal to 2x. And then final step, to solve for x, I have to divide both sides by 2. So 72 divided by 2 gives me 36. So 36 is equal to x. That means my missing length is equal to 36 inches. For example F, the image below shows an outline of a county in Mathland. The northern border and the southern border of the county are parallel. The area of the county is 122.76 square kilometers. What is the distance from the northern border to the southern border, D? For this problem, we need the area formula of this county, and this county happens to be in the shape of a trapezoid. So the area of a trapezoid is equal to 1/2 times the height times base 1 plus base 2. Now we need to substitute our variables into our formula, and we're given the area, which is 122.76 square kilometers, so that's A. We don't know what the height is, that's what we're solving for, so that will be D. And we have our base 1 of 15.2 kilometers and our base 2 of 18.9 kilometers. So if I substitute all of that into our formula, I get 122.76 is equal to 1/2 times d times 15.2 plus 18.9. Now I have to use orders of operations to solve, so I need to add the 15.2 plus the 18.9 together inside my parentheses, and that will give me 34.1. And then from here, I can combine like terms, so I can combine the 1/2 times the 34.1 to give me 17.05. So far I have 122.76 is equal to 17.05 times d. And then I have to divide both sides by 17.05. And when I do that, I get the final answer of 7.2 is equal to d. That means my missing distance from northern border to the southern border is equal to 7.2 kilometers. Our last example says that Emma covered this triangle using 38.64 square inches of felt. If the triangle is 9.2 inches tall, how long is its base? So I want you guys to try this problem on your own, so pause the video now, and when you're ready, hit play. So the base of the triangle came out to be 8.4 inches. If you got this answer, great, you can move on. If not, please pause the video now and check your work. Here's our challenge question. So it says that Jason is painting this trapezoid in a mural at school. Each quart of paint covers 270 square feet on the wall. Jason can only buy full quarts of paint. How many quarts should Jason buy to paint this trapezoid? So try this challenge problem on your own. So hit pause now, and when you're ready, push play. How did you do? So first you need to find the area of this trapezoid, and the area came out to be 1,165 feet squared. From there, you needed to divide the area by 270 to find out how many quarts of paint we need. So it came out to be 4.31, and it went on and on. So we needed to round that up since Jason can only buy full quarts of paint. So the final answer came out to be 5 quarts. So you have made it to the end of the notes, and you may work on the classwork. If you had any questions from the notes, please re-watch the video or ask your teacher for help.